Hello everyone and welcome to another short video. My name's Kenneth with K&D Cosplay Creations, also known as Tampa Bumblebee. I know I'm here, you know why you're here, so let's roll out and get to it. So today I am working on refinishing a Dr.Fate helmet for a client of mine. Now, I've already gotten started, and originally I really wasn't going to do any videos about it, but I figured I'd show, or maybe throw up a couple quick ones along the way. And with this one, really structurally it's pretty sound, pretty solid. It is 3D printed plastic. It is pretty heavy. The helmet weighs probably about a pound or two, so it's a good, decent one. And it's been painted a few times before I got it. However, whoever finished it initially, you can see here they didn't do very well at covering up all of the seams and everything. The final finish is just, oh, it's not very well done. You see a lot of little crevices and stuff throughout when they were doing the initial covering before they painted it. There's a lot of divots, just a lot of just not very professional looking, just not, doesn't look very nice at all. I have a few issues down here like that. There's a big crack through there where they just didn't finish it up tight enough. Now obviously the silver is even more dull because I've been handling it, I've been sanding it down. And what I started doing initially, whenever I get a piece like this and I start sanding, I use a very high grit first and I work my way down to a lower grit, mostly because I would rather take a little bit extra time and a little extra work to make sure I don't lose any details and stuff. Now what I'm doing now, as you can see here, this is a really good example of how poorly this was done initially when they used this to cover. More than likely they probably used some type of clay compound on here. Me personally, I prefer using a lightweight spackle as a finish because it's sandable, it's lightweight, it's actually designed for this, it's designed to be painted, and you don't get a lot of this stuff, these little divots and everything in there. It's just a lot easier to work with. Like I said, unfortunately, whoever did this one initially, you can just really see. Now, when it was painted and finished and stuff, you really couldn't see a lot of these kind of small dents and dings and stuff, is what I call them. But now that I've started sanding it down, they're really starting to show through it just how poorly this was done initially. Like I said, the helmet itself, really a good 3D printing, really good rendering. It's just whoever put it together and covered it up with the clay, just needed to take some extra work. It's a lot of work. Taking a 3D printed piece like this and getting it to look a nice professional look, it's a lot of work. It's, as I say in all my videos and all my projects, if you're not spending half the time sanding, you're doing something wrong. Now, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep sanding. So I am going to cut this video here, and I will give you guys an update here when the next one gets, when I get to the next part. By that point, I'll hopefully have the whole thing sanded down.